Greetings everybody, and welcome to Powerful Plant Allies. So for today's video, we're actually going to talk about an invasive plant that has been used as an ornamental plant around people's houses and has escaped cultivation into the natural world. That is Lonicera japonica, also commonly known as the Japanese honeysuckle. Now, the origin of the Japanese honeysuckle is in Asia, and it was brought to New York in the early 1800s as, like I said, an ornamental plant. It wasn't even really classified as an invasive plant until the early 1900s when people realized that it was escaping its cultivation, entering the natural world, and actually creeping itself and wrapping itself around native trees and shrubs, suffocating them, and actually even weighing and pulling them down to the ground, causing them to fall over. How crazy is that? Now, because this plant is an invasive species, it's really good to actually go and harvest this plant. You're actually doing your ecosystem a really big justice there. We're going to talk about the medicinal properties of the plant, as well as the identification features, and also the cautions, which are very important. Alrighty. Just remember, if you go out harvesting this plant, these are living beings, so ask permission before you harvest and do so respectfully, okay? So without further ado, let's get started. So here we are, we were walking along the flower meadow, and in the beautiful summer breeze we smelled an intoxicatingly sweet fragrance. And what do you know, we have the Japanese honeysuckle. Iconic, okay? So come a little bit closer, we're going to talk about the identification features of the plant, how you know this is Japanese honeysuckle, and we'll also talk about the medicinal components that you can get while utilizing this plant, okay? So let's get a closer look at it. Japanese honeysuckle vine can grow up to 30 feet long. How crazy is that? The young stems are covered in small trichomes, while the older stems are smooth and hollow. You can see, as I mentioned in the beginning of this video, how the plant just wraps itself around native trees. Like this is our native black cherry tree right here, and you can see how it just completely covered it. You can barely even see the cherry leaves. This honeysuckle vine just completely wrapped itself around it and smothered it. So we'll send some prayers to this cherry tree for sure, but just amazing. Look at how this plant just wraps around its host. Now, along the honeysuckle vine are green, ovate, and untoothed leaves that grow in an opposite formation along the stem. The leaves here in New York, they don't drop from the plant until the middle of winter, only giving it a very short period of 3 months in dormancy. However, down south, they're out all year round, and down south is where they have a really big problem with this plant as an invasive species. The flowers are 1 to 2 inches long, and they grow in pairs. They start out white and eventually turn yellow over the course of a couple of days. So some of you may remember when you were kids taking the honeysuckle flowers, taking the back part of the flower, twisting it off, pulling on it, and I don't know if you can get really good zoom up on that, but that liquid that's coming out of it, it's the sweet nectar of the flower. And I remember taking this as a kid, sucking on the back of it, chewing the back of it off. Really good trail snack, really delicious, and it almost tastes like it smells, so that's really fun. And now we're going to talk about the benefits of using Japanese honeysuckle. The flowers have very powerful antiviral and immunity boosting constituents within them. They're also great to take if you feel the symptoms of a cold, fever, or flu coming on. A tisane, or tea from the flowers, can help to heal urinary tract infections. You can create a poultice, oil infusion, or pain salve with the flowers to use topically. They contain a lot of anti-inflammatory constituents. The poultice or salve can also be used as an antiseptic that you can put on cuts and infected areas. You can mix the honeysuckle flowers with feverfew flowers to relieve headaches or severe migraines. Honeysuckle is a popular herb in helping to maintain a healthy and controlled blood sugar level. A cool use for the leaves is in the form of a mouthwash due to their extreme astringent qualities. You can do this by boiling a handful of the leaves in a cup of water, let the infusion cool, and then you can use it when you need it. In traditional Chinese medicine, honeysuckle is referred to as Jin Yin Hua. It is associated with the lung, large intestine, and stomach meridians. Honeysuckle is used to clear heat and remove toxins. It is also used to treat diarrhea caused by a heat buildup in the body. As with any form of medicine, whether it's plant or pharmaceutical, it's very important to know the precautions before putting it into your body. With utilizing Japanese honeysuckle, know what effects it can have on you. Honeysuckle should not be utilized with anybody that is currently on any anticoagulant medications. It should also not be used during or after a surgery. Because of its ability to thin the blood to prevent clotting, it can cause extra bleeding to occur during and after surgery, so stay clear. While the topical application of the plant is healing, in some it may cause a severe rash. If you sense that you have an allergic reaction to the plant, stop its use immediately. Excessive amounts of honeysuckle may irritate the digestive tract. Not enough research is known about honeysuckle, so avoid using if you're pregnant or are currently breastfeeding. Before taking this herb, it's very important to consult your doctor or physician, or if you have a local herbalist, ask them about the plants. They should know the plants inside and out, and they can give you some helpful feedback. It's important to also do your own research. I can't stress that enough. Get yourself a plant identification book, get to know these plants and their habitat. Get yourself a Materia Medica that has the cautions listed in it. Know exactly what you're putting in your body. I will continuously repeat that throughout these videos, okay? That's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Before we end it, I did promise a shout out to Zach, the local ranger here at Avalon. He's been supporting us for the past 2 weeks, just watching us kind of come here and take some B-roll of the native plants and stuff like that, and is really giving us our support and is really backing us up. So really cool stuff. This is your shout out. We appreciate the support. And otherwise, we hope to see you guys on the next adventure. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share the plant love with everybody. Alrighty? Namaste, and we'll see you soon. Bye.